Hi all, it's me. Long time no see. Hang on, let me just get a bit closer if I can. Well, there we go, how's that? Well then, I've been away for a while. I've not made any videos for a bit, so I do apologise for that, but other things have been going on. As you know, I've been doing more digital, which is kind of my first love, but my sort of mixed media, wet media is still there. I'll never stop using it, so excuse me. So I've been writing on the forums everything about how I want to bring the two together. Well, I think it's about time I just sort of got up and did it. So I've in the past I've been doing some work for somebody, Debs. She's in New Zealand, and it's, now I'm going to get this wrong, DKERKHOF or Dkerkhof. Anyway, I'll put the links down below. She's a lovely, lovely person, and she does some fantastic art dolls. And I didn't like. I was doing some samples because she sells kits. And as you know, I tell people, buy kits. Because once you've got them, you've got them. You don't have to ink them. You can resize them. Some of them are black and white, and if you're okay with colour, you can take them into Photoshop or other programs, and you can play around with them, change colours and everything. And it's not just the art dolls. Now, I've had problems with my printer. Now, basically, my laser printer has decided that it's going to become, not good, and it was sending out signals. Now, the only reason I know this is because my computer friend came around and told me. So I'm not savvy when it comes to computers. He said that it was sending a spike out that was basically telling the printer, my computer, that there was no printers, so all my printers shut down. I then put the printer onto a laptop, and the laptop shut down all the USB ports. So I've got a laser printer there that sat there doing nothing, laughing at me. Anyway, and which is a shame, because I was going to use the laser printer to do this project. There is a vast difference in the quality. Now, I then came and said, well, okay, I'll do inkjet. If it bleeds a little bit, I'm not worried. It doesn't really bother about it. And that wasn't playing right. Look, can you see how messy it is? These are two of the dolls that I'm using in the project. Now, fortunately, because it's going to be quite a grungy thing, it might work, and I might get around with it, but let me see if I can find. See, I've got rafts. Hang on, just put my crutch down. I've got rafts of paper. This is what I was going to use because the printer was so bad. I thought, well, I've got to get a good print somehow. And she doesn't just do the dolls. She does like bags, wings, and things, flowers and leaves, mushrooms, and also furniture. So there is a big bag there, and with her dolls you get quite a few different selections, and you also get, anyway, I'll put the link down, go and have a look. It's well worth going and have a look. And there's some other people, there's other creative artists that do that, and fingers crossed there's another one that I'm going to sort of approach to see if I can bring her work into what I'm doing as well. So fingers crossed about that one. So right then, before I get on with this, what's been happening? Well, I'm now having to use these. The leg's gone. There's only, basically, as far as the surgeon's concerned, there's only one operation left. And that means that I'll be able to go and join the Paralympics. As you know, I had the one knee done, and the other knee I said, no, stop, don't. So, well, now that's finally caught up with me, and we've got to take action. So what they're doing is they're fitting me a kind of neoprene metal leg braces. They're fitting that one to me, and then if that doesn't work, I go in and I have a plaster cast made of the leg, and they are then going to build a metal framed brace for my leg, because there's nothing they can do about it. There's only that one option, and the surgeon quite rightly said he's refusing to do that one option, because he said there's a big difference between being woken up and saying, I'm sorry, but you've lost your leg to save your life than going into a theatre knowing that you're going to come out after having both your legs taken out, and they will both be above the knee. So my surgeon's very, very good. In fact, the whole of the staff here at Northampton in the hospital have been brilliant. I can only sing their praises. I dread to think what would happen if, well, no, I'll not get into politics. We're happy people. We're very, very happy people. So, and we're also very creative people. So once again, I want to thank everyone for their support. It's been, sometimes you read these things and it puts a smile on your face and you think thank you. And you know me, I like to think I'm quite a positive person. But sometimes, the light goes out. But anyway, back to art. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use these bits. I'm not going to throw them away, because us creative people, now when I say creative people, because I don't want to use the term, I don't want to use the term crafting. Crafting. I want us to be we're being creative, regardless of what sphere of creativity you come from. You can use what I'm doing, and we all can use, and we can all make a scrap page, regardless of what level of skill we are at. With these, you don't need any drawing skill. You don't with these digital, and the painting side of things is just paint. Paint. Put it on your hands, smudge it. Just make a pattern on the paper with it. Experiment, play with it. Tie a brush to the cat's tail and chase it around the house. No, don't do that. Use the dog, it's better. You can get more paint on the brush. Anyway, right, I'm going to go now. I'm going to finish this off, and I'm going to get it. Hang on. There we go. I'm in a better position now. I'm going to get this uploaded to YouTube, and hopefully I'm going to get the next one uploaded. I'll put links of the sites that I'd like you to visit, and please support these artists. They do wonderful work. I know some sites that sell half for double or even triple the money. Now I know people saying, but these people are sat there and they've spent a lot of time cleaning up images, making them ready for us to use. They're all PNG files. PNG means that there is no background, so we can put it straight down onto a photograph. You could literally say you had a photograph of the family, you could paste this in, because it is PNG's clear background. So you could paste that into a photograph that you have and play fun and games. Right, my voice is going now, so I'm going to go and get a cup of tea, and I'm going to get this sorted out and uploaded. So bye for now, and I shall see you later. Oh, okay, you take care. Right, bye-bye for now. Hello there, I'm back. Right, I've got my cup of tea over here, that way, and I've got to say, now, an apology first. Do you know, in the intro I said that I was going to use what I had, however my brand new printer arrived, so quickly I installed it and everything, and I thought, go on, do your prints. So what I've done, I'm still going to use some of the other ones for the backgrounds, because that's what I'm going to do in this little segment first. Excuse me, I'm drooling. Dawn of the Dead. Saliva will lick you to death. So I've got my stencils that I'm going to be using. Now what I've done is that, oops, let me just put there. I've got some backgrounds which I've picked out from Deb's Designs. Now they're from various kits. I will be listing down in a little sort of brief about what I've used. So as you can see, there's quite a few I've printed out. See, this is what I was having with the printer. Can you see the difference? It's quite unbelievable really how printers, the pain of our lives. And so I've got some, that's that one. I could still use these for backdrops. They're not going to go to waste. That was an a.t.c. that she did, and these are 2 more a.t.cs that I liked. But can you see the difference between my laser and my ordinary? They do give a much cleaner, crisper look. Then I dived in and I've got some more images. Now some I'm not going to use. I should really have. Now can you see some of these are printed out as well, which I will use. These have been previously printed. I know. Can you see what's happened here? That they kind of got famous. I'm not worried about them. I can cut them out, glue them down, put a bit of paint on top, and I've got some more there. Got a few bows and a few little. Obviously, some of them haven't worked. Some jewels and everything. So, and some flowers, some more leaves, some more leaves. And then we got some leafages there. Got a couple of butterflies. Now, I really liked this image here with this, you know, because I wanted to use that maybe in the background, but as you can see, the way it's been printed, it's not really worked out. But I'm not going to throw it away because you can cut things out and use them, as you know. Now, can you see the difference between the two? Excuse me. So that's why I decided to go ahead and reprint everything. That's a backdrop. So as I say, what we're going to do on this one, I've printed out some that are for another project, but as you can see, these are some of the dolls that we're working with, and there should be one that's to size, he says, flicking through, and there we go. These are the ones to size. So these are the ones I'm going to be using. These, what I'll do is I'll put them away. I can still use them for something because I'm not going to waste anything. We never do. So that's what we're using. And I've got some other little bits that I thought I can cut butterflies or things out of that. Cut round this, stick it down. We've got a label. We've got little bits here. Some curtains. That's for another project, so ignore that. So I think we're coming into the realms of another project now. So yeah, I just want to show you. See, I mean, these is what she does. I mean, aren't they amazing? I shouldn't really be showing you these because they're a different project, but I want you to go in and explore about what what Debs is doing. See, aren't they fantastic? And then you got other little bits like this, as well as little bits that she makes. She makes this up. She did this herself and put it down as a piece of artwork. And then you got some lace. That was a a.t.c card. Right. So what we're going to do now is, I'm going to put all this into my working bin, and I'm just going to take the papers out. If I can find them. He says papers, papers, papers. Where are you, papers? And then let's put these away. You don't need this. Don't need this. That's the paper. You don't need that. You don't need that. You don't need that. That's that one and that. And bin. Papers, papers, papers. Papers, papers, papers. Right, we've got our papers. Bear with me just a minute. I might. I'll sit down for a minute. Oh, I hope you can't see, but that's my belly. I'm on a bit of a diet because the doctor told me I've got to lose weight. It's the best thing for me. Right. I've got my pad open. We don't need the stencils yet because we're doing the background. So, I've got my thing. I've got my cheap PVA glue. I've got a brush and another brush there. And I've got my glue. I've got a tile for putting the glue on too, so I don't like wasting. I've prepared my pad by a piece of newspaper below so that we don't get the paper underlow contaminated, and then just a bit of tape along here so that because it's got the lines there, the inks and anything, they don't bleed into it. So, right. Let's take a deep breath. Crack our nails. Are we going to cut or are we going to rip? Well, I've got this thing there, so let's have a look. Our images are, let me go and get it. Sorry about this. As you can see, I am so badly prepared. I really am badly prepared for this. It's so long. Oh, I've just missed something. Right. There we are. Whoops. Nearly tipped the glue all over the place. Right, these are our images. These are our inspiration pieces. They're going to be the focal point. There's 3 of them in total. So, let's look about it. So, I think the background needs to be a bit grungy. And I'm not going to go steampunk, but I think it's got to go grungy and it's got to go kind of, very tattered and torn. So we'll just leave them there just so we can keep an eye on them and keep looking over so that we can sort of make sure we're going on the right track, because it's not pretty this. It's going to be quite dark. So I think that's nice. We use that one. Because I was thinking some of these I can cut out and I can use them as flowers, so I don't want to use all of them. Then I think I'm going to use that one, that one, and that one. No, yeah. That again, I've done up because I would like to cut them out and I can use the flowers. And that's the background. So let us just decide. I'm deciding that we're going to keep these as flowers. So these goes into our, let's keep it safe and not get it wet. This, I like this, so let's just make sure that we keep that. Now, let's have a look. All about building up a background. I don't like the white area, so let's just get rid of these straight away. I don't like this, when they're square, I just don't like it. Put it in the bin. Paper tears easily one way, but not the other. Weird. I know it's not. I could go into the science about it. I do know the science about it, but we're not here to be all intellectual. We're here to have fun and not tax the brain. The only taxing we need to do is, does this paper go well here or does it go well there? Right. I could save these. Yeah, I'll put them to one side. You never know. Right, let's have a look. We've got 2 pieces and then I think we need another. As you can see, I can tear in them one way and I'm tearing the other way. That way I get different edges. And then let's go down there. Done that bit, got another bit there, we've got that bit there. It's a shame I'm losing that edge there, but never mind. All in the name of being creative. We've got that for the time being, got that time being. That. Let's have some of this now. Now, oh, that is a nice piece, that, so I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that piece, it's nice. Right, and then let's rip this one this way, shall we? And we'll put these bits to one side. Now, I've left this unripped or anything, and this one as well, because I might be using them for highlights. Now, I've got one of these already for what do you call it, cutting out. So do I risk doing the third? Yeah, that might work. There we go. Right, we've got bits. So I've got all these bits here. I mean, I doubt I'll have used them, but you never know. I might have a little piece that I need to fill in. Right, we've got that. Oh, blow it. There we go. There we are. I made an executive decision to use it. Right, there we go. Let's put that to one side for the moment. Right, we got some pieces here. And right. No. Let's take this off. I don't want too big a border on it. Right. Got some piece of paper there. We don't need that because we're going El Granjo. Right then, let's. In fact, where's the. No, I thought I had a. Yeah, this will do. If I can get it out from underneath. There we go. Let's put some glue in the middle. There we go. And then we got our brush and just prepare it. It is clean because I do wash my brushes. So, right then, let's make a start, shall we? Now, I'm just putting paper down. What I will be doing is then putting glue, not glue, I'll be putting paint on it because we're going to be building up. This is just so there's nothing worse than white paper. So don't worry, it'll be going over the edges because we can trim later. Trim, there we go. And then I do have one of these, just so I can make sure it's down. There. You see this is coming away already. Never mind. If I put that a big block there, I think. And then what we'll do, because we'll then fill in the smaller areas with little pieces. Like I say, this is just the paper I'm using is, it's not the high quality paper, but it is a good quality. You can get different qualities when it comes to paper. It's called GSM. There's like a.t.c. And then there's a few others, so let's just go there like that, shall we? That. So I'm using a good paper. It's quite a thick one, and so therefore it does carry the laser very well. So when it comes through, it does stick. Then I'm thinking, let's get this down here. Should we just put that there? Okie dokie. Just put that there and just go in with it. I'm being as quick as I can because I want to be able to get this done quickly because I don't want to think about it. It's not the point to think. We're not here. I'm not going to think. I just want to build up. There we go. Right, so that's where's my pen gone? Sorry, my pen. Where's my brush gone? Oh, there you are. Right, there we go. Let's just put this here. Right, I have been asked how I wash my glue. How I wash my glue. Duh! How I wash my pen, brushes. What I tend to do is, Joe, these little cheapy bottles you get from hotels. I wash them in that. I just use a little bit of that and I just wash it in that. And then I give it a good rinse out in water, and then if it's a good brush, I like to use a little bit of hair conditioner, and again I'll just rinse that off as well. The more you look after your brushes, the better they're going to be and the longer they will last. So right, we've done that one there. See, I don't like this hogging up all, because I like this colour here, so I don't like this hogging that up. And I said we weren't going to think, didn't I? And yeah, here I am thinking. Oh, one of my favourite programmes is back tonight. Say Yes to the Dress. But for some reason I prefer the one that's down in Atlanta than the one that's in New York. I think it's a little bit more relaxed, the one in Atlanta. So I do enjoy them programs, and believe it or not, they actually are quite creative. You know, they're very creative when you want to just sit back and have a look at what they're doing. You can get inspirations. There we go. Let's just put it on there for the time being now, shall we? We can always take a bit of glue when it's dry and just go under the areas. Right, it's building up slowly. But I think, do we need a bit more colour? See, because I've got that. Let's put this down here. Let's put that there. Boom, boom, boom. You need your music playing in the background, otherwise it doesn't go. And let's just pull a bit of, it's a shame about that because I liked that. Yeah, do I dive in and be a little bit greedy and just take a bit more of that? Yes, I will, because I do like that. So, and it does lift the whole thing up. So let's just take a slither here, just rip off. So I've got these little bits over here as well, which I can. This is the time when you dive into them. You know, the edges that we've got up here. So I want to build, I don't want this here. I'd like to give it a bit of colour. There we go. Pull that back, give it a bit of a swish under there. Right, it's slowly coming together. I just want to get this prepared. So I've got these bits here. Just rip off the edging, and then we can add this down to here. I'll put this here. Go there. Let's go that way. There we go. Make sure that I'm not getting stuck on the newspaper. The only thing that these free newspapers are worthy of protecting. Now, of these will often, all need cutting. Right. Let's have a look at our bits and pieces here. This is where we're going to get very, very rip them up in little pieces. We don't want to waste anything. And then we've got this piece here, which is a nice long piece, which can go down this side here, I think. Can it? No, it'll go there. Let's just measure it, shall we? So we got, yeah, I think we need to go back there. There we go. Because, I mean, again, I know I'm going quiet while I'm busy doing it. We do, unfortunately. Because what I will do is that I will add a layer of gesso as well, if I feel it's needed. We used all that glue up. I think it's coming on. Just need this bit here doing. Aha, nice piece here. This bit here will do nicely down there. And then what I do is I'm just going to let it dry naturally. And then, because I don't like, when I'm doing glue like this, I don't like to force dry it, because that way you're going to start getting bubbles and everything. Well, not bubbles, but it can get distorted. It's only my own personal preference. I know lots of people, they will dry it straight away so they can get on with it. Right, so let's have a look. Have we got a bit there? Have we got a piece there? Let's have a look in our little piece, our little junket box. We have here. So it's surprising actually how much, you know, you start ripping up paper and using it for the background, that how so little can go so far. There we go. And then I just want a piece there. I just feel I need something there. Because that's alright. I wonder if this is where I'm going to have to be extra careful. This is the... People say, well, why don't you use scissors? But it doesn't go with what I want the overall picture to be. Yeah, so just a little bit of effort, you can get what you're after. Right, let's tuck it from this way. Then while this is drying, I'm not idle hands. I bought some sample books from fabric store, and so I'm going to make a quilt, but it's a different one. It's all made out of netting. There was this one book that had lots of netting samples in it, and so I've cut them out and I'm gonna make, hopefully, alright, a where was I going to go then? Down here. I'm going to make a throw, a bed throw. Fingers crossed. That's the, well, that's the plan anyway. Right, where am I? Oh, that's that bit that was delicately cut in. Well, not cutting, delicately ripping. There we go. Now I've probably got a bit of white on there. Right, let's have a look. That bit there. Let's have a look. What have we got? Oh, we've got a nice piece here. There we go. are. Right, gonna just get the last bits of this glue. And then let's put it down. The glue's going to be dry by the time I made my mind up. And I said we weren't going to think. That's the last bit there. And I've found it. Now watch me run out of glue. Watch me run out of glue. Right, I'll really get the last bits out of here. And just to offset that, I think we will use this. Just to get, I can always go afterwards when it's all dry and put some, just glue them down a bit more. I shouldn't be doing this because it's a good brush this, but I want to use all the glue I can. Right, there we are. Let's pick up our pieces now. The ones that we don't want to throw away because we can use them for something. And I've got all them there. Right, I must wash that in a minute. Right, there you are. There is our base. We've now put lots of colour on it, so we're not staring at a blank. All I'm going to do is just trim the edges. There's a bits here that, I don't know, should I put a piece on? Nah, do I not? I mean, I've got some that I can put on there, so maybe I will do. I'll put this piece on there, and then because I've got a clean edge, what I'll do, right, I'll do that now. I'm just going to get me a little pot of glue, and then where am I going? Going here, right? Come on. That bit end's not working. Is the end is working? Yes, it is. There we go. And then what I can do is, because I've got a straight edge there, I can then cut that straight edge off later. Bearing in mind there's our edge. There we go. Is it sticking? No, it's not. Just right, come on, let's just put that there like that. Glue that onto the bottom bit. There we are. I'm pleased with that. So I'm now going to let that dry naturally. Then what we'll do is that we will come back when it's dry and we will start adding our, hang on, go careful, adding some paint on. So we're now going to build up the background. Right, there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can see it all. And I'll look forward to doing part 2. So, bye for now. And I'll catch up with you soon. Hi, it's me. Handshake, it's me. Right. Oh, they shouldn't be there. Just quick catch up on what I've done because I'm sort of in the middle of doing 500,000 things. So I just wanted to show you what I've been doing. And we can sort of take it from there. Right. What I've done, this is the background now that it was dried and everything. Now what I've done is, if I just zoom in a little bit, there you go. I've just given it a gesso white dry brush. That's when you just take a little bit of gesso, scrape most of it off back into the jar and just scrub. The reason why I did that is that I didn't want to cover all the colour, but I need some of the colour to be knocked back. So that's how it's looking there. I've also selected my stencils, my masks that I'm going to be using. As you can see, I've gone for the kind of grungy, messy type of thing that I can layer up and use different colours. Then I've selected, now this is the fun bit. Where is it? I did, he says, trying to find it. Here we go. I've selected some paints that I'm going to be using. As you can see, I don't favour one brand, and I've also got these to go in as well. I'm not going to say I'm going to use them all. I just like to pick out a load and sort of see how the colour combinations go. You just pick them up, throw them, not literally throw them, but sort of just mix them around like this. And then sometimes you can see colour combinations as they lay down, and you think, well, oh, that's nice. I kind of like that bit. So it's just a way of just, you know, sort of finding out how colours lie and how they lay next to each other. So that's some that I picked there. I've also been very, very busy. Do you remember the old days when we had to do decoupage and we had to cut everything out? Right, that's what I've been doing. I've been cutting out. However, I did do one thing. Do you remember that I had that lacy one? That thing. I've used my, I've just dived into my spellbinders. I mean, who says you can't use your spellbinders and your Big Kick and your Big Kick Pro and all the dies that you've got from Sizzix and your spellbinders, etc. I mean, who says you can't use them? Of course you can. It's mixed media. You use everything and anything. So I've been cutting out quite cleanly. Now, what I tend to do with mine when I cut them out, I don't know if you can see it, just to make a definition, I use a blue-grey. This is a blue-grey too. It just knocks back a little bit. Hang on, let me just grab you one and show you. He says, right. And of course, let's get a cleanish. And then I'll zoom in a bit if I can. No, that's wrong. So can you see that? Right. Right. What all I do is I just quickly go around the edge like this. I'm not I'm not being very neat or anything. It's just gently, not gently, but just go around. The alcohol will dry in the pen, and the alcohol, not in there, well eventually it'll dry, but it'll dry on the paper. But you're left with, can you see how you've not got that white line that we had before? So when you start to build up your projects, you're not left with the white line, you're left with this sort of a greyish tint. So that looks a lot better. If I pull this down here, can you see how that looks a lot better? Where's one I've not done? Well, I've not done the cat. So can you see how they lie? If I put them close together, you can tell the difference between this one and that one. Can you see how it's not sort of quite as in your face and looks as you think? So that's that. So like I say, I've been gone back to the old days, cut everything out that I've used, well, that I hope to use, done a little bit of feathering. And again, when it came, I've used my blue, but I've gone all the way in here, all the white bits. I've used the pen to knock it back. So that's that. It's now a case of let's get some colour down on here. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. Another tip I thought I'd tell you about before we start using the I bought some really cheap brushes. These are supposed to be stencil brushes. I mean, they're okay, but that to me is a bit too long. Right, let me come back. There we go. This to me is a bit too long for a stencil brush, because if you're going to sponge it, it's going to go all over the place. So this is what I do. Take a bit of tape, put it on here like that, squash it down, and then go round the edge of the brush like this. because what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this, but if you trim it without putting any, you know, that a cover on it, what will happen is that you'll go all over the place. So there's the edge. I want it to be about here, say here, cut it. Now that is a much cleaner cut than if I was to do it by hand. And in fact, have I got an old brush that I can show you? I don't know if you can see this. I did this by, that's not too bad actually, but can you see how, if I get up close, if I zoom in, wrong way, sorry, I do apologise, but if I zoom in there and hold it still for a minute, come on, please, come on, that's it, come on, I know you can do it, come on, I know you can do it, but alright, take that away, and it now focuses on the background. Right, where's the brush? There it is. Let's see if it'll work. I do apologise about this. It's trying, doing its best. Well, I think that's about the best we're going to get. But can you see how that has chopped all over the place and it's not a clean cut? Whereas if I take this off quickly, there you go. If I take this off, that is a much, eventually when we get into, come on. Oh, that's the only problem when you have these cameras, isn't it? That the focusing is right there. Oh, we had it, we nearly had it. There we go, come on. Can you see? Well, I do apologize. I know it's going all over the place, this, isn't it? I don't know if I keep still for a minute. There we go. That is a lot cleaner than, oh no, than that. Trust me on it. Take my word for it. Right then. So I've got my brushes to one side. I've got my little scissors over there in case I want to do some extra trimming. So what we're going to do now is, another thing that I found very, very useful while I'm doing this work. These. And I should really have done that as I was. There you go. These are brilliant for when you do it. Now, when you saturate your paper, it can, well, as you can see, it gets very bendy. So just one there. One on this corner, one in the middle, one at the top. Now that will just help me keep my paper flat. Obviously, if I come to use my stencils and I need to get over that area like this, then if I want to sort of work, I'll take that off. So I know I've said a lot of so's today. I do apologise. Right, on this section is now finished. I just wanted to bring you up to date with what I've done. I'm going to do some stenciling before I come back to you, just so that we can catch up and I can then start playing around with putting imagery down on the, on the surface. So it's not just all about, there are some steps that we follow if we want to make, to do what we're doing. And I mean, if it was to follow me by time, we'd be here for 5 hours the way that I work. So I'm going to stop it now. I'm going to do a bit of work already. Then I'll come back and we'll take up from where we left off. So bye for now, and I shall catch up with you later. Bye. Hi, I'm back again. Day two's passed. I've done well. I did want to sort of open this up and let you see. So should we open that? I just need to do a little bit more. Right, as you can see, I've been busy. I've been building up my background. Now, I'd like to put lots of colour because I'm going to hide a lot of this with a lot of the, we're going to add some leaves, and then we want to build up our two main imagery. So we're going to sort of build up the background a little bit. I don't know whether to bring these forward a touch or to hide them, but I'd like to hide some of the background so that you have to look and you're thinking, oh, what's that? And it's not, you're not just looking at the top layer. I want to be able to look at lots of layers that go underneath. So that's what I've been doing. So I just need, well, I don't need to, I would just like to do a little bit more around here. I just want to bring a bit more popping colour into it. So I've chosen this stencil. It's called TCW491XOXO. It's obviously XOXO because of the things there, but it's just got some nice elements here. I'm not going to say I'm going to use all of these, but I just like to sort of bring a bit of a band around, you know, just a little bit, because I want to. You can bring people who are looking at your work into it by bringing the edges in and in. You're sort of bringing the viewer into your composition and your project, and they're not just looking, oh, what's this, what's that. You're sort of inviting them into where you want to look. Now, like I say, I'm going to go very haphazard about this. I'm not going to think, and I'm going to use a it's a, well, should we put a bit of a light on and we can see what we're doing. Oops, that might not be too good. Let's try this, and there you go. This is getting a bit temperamental at the moment. My daylight. The last thing I need to do after the expense I've had over the past few weeks is to fork out for a new opt light, because I've bought, and I know I said I'd never ever do this, I have bought the Cricut Explore, and to be quite honest, I'm blown away with what it can do. That works perfectly with my, I've also got the Cameo. They work perfectly. And I invested in the Big Shot. Don't ask me why. I just, because I want to do. I've got a lot of, you know, I've got a lot of dies, and I've got a lot of everything that we collect, and you know, then you got your spellbinders, and you got your different masks and your different embossing, and I just want to bring. I've spent so much money on things. I've got to bring everything together. It's like I've got the complete set of these. I've got the complete set. I've not used them. And I was sat there the other day and I thought, what on earth are you doing? You've got thousands of pounds worth of stuff tied up, and it's just sat there, it's doing nothing. So enough's enough. The Big Shot is my last big Big Shot Plus is my last purchase on that's anything of that scale. Everything else has got to be used, and I've got to bring everything in. I'm very much like you all. We buy too much, and then it just sits there in the corner and it does nothing. So enough is enough. Let's get using everything. So I've just got here, it's a glamorous dust, it's an ultrafine glitter, it's a bright yellow, and I'm just putting a little bit on. Once again, I'm just using my little stencil brush, so I know we all know how to do it, but for those that aren't aware of how we stencil, dab it in, dab it off. Now this is what we're then going to use, so we just get off as much as we want, and then just, what I want to do with this, I just want to, because it's glitter, and you know, I'll be able to tell you, and I'm not really worried if I get some are heavy, some are light. I'm not bothered. It's all about just laying down a little bit of colour, and I'm not bothered if I get every hole covered. Far from it. So we've gone round there. Let's just add a little bit down here. Now the beauty of stenciling with a brush, well, famous last words, is that you're pounding down on it. You're not rubbing as if you had the thing, because if you rub, you can then start to bleed. It'll start to bleed underneath. But if you're pouncing, you're bringing the mask down. Just get your finger, just hold your fingers like that. Just, you know. You can wash your fingers. So, right, we've done around here. Let's have a look at seeing what we've done. Now I'm looking at it, I might go a little bit heavy-handed here. Not heavy-handed, but very deliberate. I want to add the colour. I want to make sure that some areas are heavier than others, so that we've got tonal range. You know, we've got a tonal range of what we're using, and it's not just one flat colour all the way over. And plus, I don't want to waste any paint, because you know, crafters, we do not like wasting anything. Let's just bring it down there a bit. Now then, I've got it's on my brush, so let's just get, it's a good way of cleaning your brush. Right, there we go. Right, now then, this does not go to waste. Let's just put this to one side. As all things, I've got my book here, and it's, check we're on the right one. There we go. And then rub. Plus, doing it this way also helps you clean. And then, as you know, with my brush, I get my, which one's the right way? That way, or no? I like this way. I think this is a lot better. So just clean. Whoops! Just clean it. This is where we will use it to just rub it. So let's clean here. Now, because you've seen what I did with the old cloth. Once it was cleaned, I stamped one of my big stamps on it, and then I took it to the sewing machine, and then I used the I used black thread as my medium. So there we go. That now, when it comes to washing, is going to take a lot less water. This hopefully will, some of it's gone across, not a lot. However, we will not waste it. So let's go to another page here. Take a baby wipe, but we don't want, oh yeah, go on, we'll use it. No, we'll do this. Whoops. I also save these when they're young, when they're full of colour, because once they dry, they become quite hard, and you can then put them through your Big Shot whatever machine, and whatever dyes you've got, and you can make flowers. There we go. That's just with the paint that, I don't know if you can see it, that's just with the paint that's left on the stencil and the baby wipe. It's very, very soft, but it's, that would have been thrown, that would have gone down the toilet, you know, the toilet, not the toilet, duh, you don't wash these in the toilet, that would have gone down the sink and you would have lost it. So we've got a little bit here. And then this we start to clean everything up with it. And I'll just go and grab one that just to show you how heavy they can become. No, I don't throw anything away. See, this is a baby wipe. See how static it is? And that's just got a bit of glitter on it, so when I can cut flowers out. This has a little bit, when I use my Artex, I wipe everything up with, and this has got a bit of Artex about it, so it's a lot stronger. Again, this has a bit of Artex. See what I mean? Can you imagine if I just get a flower? Let me see if I can find a flower that's lying around. Right, here's one. So can you imagine? This is, you just cut that out, and see, that then becomes a beautiful little pink flower. And then you've obviously got the different sizes, so you can build them up. So that's the. Make sure I put it back. Find it. So these are the baby wipes. That's one I did yesterday. This one, you can tell some baby wipes are a lot thinner and cheaper than the others. So I'll just fold it over and do it. But no, I even save. Would you believe it? That was this is a kitchen towel that I was working with gesso, so I cleaned everything up and then I've stamped. That's just a kitchen towel, and I've stamped on it and just through wiping up gesso. And these are all bits that I've cleaned stamps with. And so, but it's limitless what you can do with these, and it's, this is what we'd normally throw away, but we can now use it for doing something in our work. I don't know if you could make, I suppose with the stiffer stuff you could make a book. If it's a bit firmer you could make a book, but no, that's it. Anyway, I'm going to close down for now, and we're going to go back. By the time I'm going to work on building up, and we should finish in the next session our project. I've stamped the name out on some stamps, so I know what the final thing is going to look like. So fingers crossed we're going to be there soon, and I'll be able to upload it. So thank you very much indeed, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now. Yay, it's me. Well, what's this, you ask? Well, I've been busy working, and I think we're almost ready. Let me just get this back here. We're almost ready for a big reveal. Can you see? Let me just get a perfect shot. As I say, I have been quite busy. We've got 2 more things to put on, and then the project's finished. So, drum roll, please. So, here we go. This is what I've been doing. Right, where do I start? As I say, these are the 2 figures. If I just bring this forward so I can show you a little bit. These 2 figures are the ones that I cut out originally. What I did is I just put a book about, give it a bit of wings. And that, if you remember, is the top to the bottle. I just wanted to give her a hat. Same ways with this one, I want to just give a little bit of a hat. I've got, these are the mushrooms. Let me just move that out of the way. These are the mushrooms, and I just cut out, and that was a cog. I just cut out the centre, and with the centre I used a die and I cut a flower out, just so that I could make a big sort of an abstracty hat there. Right. Then down here, as you can see, the flowers of that, they do look very 3-dimensional. Now what I did with them is that I cut them out, and then I went round them with my grey, and then I scrunched them. Let me see if I can just find one to show you what I mean. Right. This is the one I've done, right, and I've gone round it with the grey and everything's bonny. I then just did this. Take a bit of care. Then just leave it for a minute or 2. Let it, oh, there you go. leave it for a minute too, and then it'll sort of unfold a little bit. Then the hardest bit, you've got to be careful, is just unfold it gently. Don't rush it, because otherwise you'll tear it. Then what you get is hang on, that one goes there like that, that one goes there like that, and then this one has gone folded there like that. Can you see how that now, we don't want to remove the creases, but we've got a three-dimensional. And then what I do when it comes to gluing, I just find little points where it's touched the paper. You don't want to lay it down, you don't want to push it down. Let me show you this one here. You don't want to push it down too much, otherwise you lose it. But this just gives you a bit of definition, and it brings it up. Now, and then I decided to, well, this was at the 4. I then put the little elephant here, and you can see now he's like coming from between. So I've got them. I'm sort of mixing. He's coming from, but he's behind. He's like in the middle. Again, giving you a bit of depth. Where else should we go next? And then I sort of just trimmed it. I've left these little bits here. I've not put the glue on right to the edges. I just want to leave these little bits fluffy. There was, if you remember, there was a bit of a whoops. I've left these edges very coarse, and they're quite so. In time, as you keep opening and closing your books, these will fold and crinkle, and they'll just add to it. I mean, I'm all for letting a picture, even though we finished with it, carry on living a life. So things will change with it, and it will move, and it will have, you know, it'll just grow, even though you're not working on it. Then, as I say, these were some mushrooms. Just wanted to give a little. There was, if you remember, there was a little hat there, which I cut out. I didn't quite like, so I just thought I'd just use them. These are the mushrooms. This is the cog, and that is a flower punch, and you just give it a little something. And I added the boxes as well yesterday as well. I just wanted to give something sort of point. Because you remember we did the yellow, the bright yellow, which kind of led you round here, and I just wanted some, just another little element. So there's only 2 things going to add on to it now. So let's just put this to there. Let's get you into some sort of thing. Right. The first one we're going to add is I'm going to add the cat, and then I've actually put the cat on foam because I want it to stand out a bit. Now this is the bit. This foam here has got a life of its own. If it doesn't stick to the card, it'll stick to you if you're not careful. And then what I like to do when I've got the comb is that I like to use a bit of wet glue. You see it's pulling away already. I just like to, because that will then give you a little bit of wiggle room, and you're able to position it. See that it just doesn't want to come off. So press hard. You can see what I mean about being ultra sticky. And if I didn't have that little bit of that barrier to help me position it, I would end up ripping it off the paper and then ruining my project. So I should have done this before, but never mind. Hey ho. Only 2 bits to go, and this is where you concentrate, isn't it? And now this last bit here. Now this is where it'll either come off or it will get stuck to my fingers. As you can see, it doesn't want to come off there, so just give it a squeeze. Even though I pushed it right down, it should regain some of its height. Can you see how sticky it is and how it leaves? So I like to use this Cosmic Shimmer glue. It dries perfectly clear and it is a wonderfully strong glue. So just not a lot, just a little bit, a little dab on each, just so that I can position. Because if I don't use this one, my other favourites, if I'm gluing anything down or using pads or anything, if I was to say Tom Tom, this this Tombow, sorry, Tombow, yeah. That is another very, now this stick has lasted me nearly 3 years. Well, I'll show you in a minute. Right, let's have a look. Where should we put this one? Let's just ground this one here. Like that. There we go. Right, yeah, because this Tombow, it's lasted me 3 years so far. I'm coming to the end of it. Can you see it right at the end? But it's a wonderful, wonderful paper glue. And you can also, if you like, put both sides, and then you just let it get tacky and press them together, a very, very good stick together. Right, last bit. Da-da-da-dum. I've called it Sisterhood. Don't ask why. It's just something that came to me, and I thought, yeah, go on, we'll do it. So, what I'll do is I will use my Tombow on this one. Just to show you. Again, I've used this ultra sticky tape that sticks to your fingers. Let's just push that up there for a minute. Get me a stick. And then all I do is just go. So it just gives me that little bit of, so I see it went over on fold, it fell over, and it didn't stick to the matters, which it. Right, on this one I've used some typeface. It's by Tim Holtz. It's very grungy. I like it, and it's quite tall, which again I like. I do have a collection of typefaces. If you can, it's really something to, if you can build up one or two, but you've got your computer, so don't worry about your typefaces. You've got computer. Then the heart is from the bottle that I got the crown from, this one. So you don't mix everything, you know, you don't throw bits away. You just look at it and say, well, I can use this, I can use that, and I've even kept the bottle just in case I want to do something, because it's now a little frame. So where should we? Do I put it there? Yeah. Put it off centre. Yeah, I quite like it off centre, off on the side. So there we go. That's our picture, our project, and as you can see, I've used digital imagery. I was thinking the other day. Sorry, I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant today. I was thinking the other day, there are people who are scared of using digital imagery, but why? I know it means the computer, but think of it this way: would you use clip art? I mean, that is on a disc. You bring it into a computer and you will enlarge it and you will reduce it, and you can use it. You can fit digital imagery into any project. This could be an a.t.c card. In fact, I might do an a.t.c card in one of the next projects, because Debs has kindly let me now pursue this using her images, because I feel it's important that they don't just have to be used on the computer. You can bring them out and you can put them onto this is the mother, the big cat. You can bring them out and you can use them on your, as you can say, like your daytime, on your daytime. Oh, I like daytime TV here. You can use them on your, your projects. Mixed media. I think I really enjoyed doing this one. It's bright, it's colourful. I've used all digital elements here, apart from stamping, which I've used some stamps here, and I've used some paper cutouts. So I'm bringing things in. I've used my what do you call it? My die, my cuts, my spellbinders. I've used my punches there and there, and that's what I want to do. I want to start bringing in everything that I'm using it's got to come to a point where you say, okay, enough's enough. I've got to use all my equipment. I have to. Otherwise, it's just going to be sat there and it's just going to be doing nothing. I know I've said this before previously, but I just want people to get in, to join the club. It's, there's artists like Deb that take all the hard work in making this imagery ready for us. In fact, I'm not quite sure for the next one to go. Let me just put this over here so that we don't get this. I'm not sure for the next one whether I'm going to go a big carnival. Now, aren't these wonderful images? Wonderful art dolls. Or I might go a little bit steampunky, fishy, mermaidy. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to spend a day or two thinking about it, but I really do like these. Well, I like all of them. I think they're all brilliant. So I don't know. Colourful. That leads me to lots of bright colours and my day glows and my really bright papers and my bright paints. So I'm going to think about it, and I've also got my seahorses, so I think it's leaning towards. Oh, this is the other doll that I was going to put on to the project, but I chose the cat instead. So this would have been doll number 6, because I do like to work your main objects in threes. If you can remember that, when you're doing all your big projects, your main focal points, try and make them in threes if you can, and all your flowers in threes. It's just one of the rules. It's always looks nicer if it's odd, not odd in looking, but odd in numbers, like 3, 3, 3. So okay, there you are. There's the first one. I'm going to give all the links out to Deb's blog, and where you can go and have a look at her digital kits. Please support her. She's a wonderful person, and just look what you can do. I hope I'm going to be able to inspire you by doing more of these projects. If there's anything you'd like to know, ask. If there's anything you'd like me to try and see or do, ask again. If I can help inspire you to join the club, I'm calling it Digital Mixed Media. So hopefully you'll join me and we'll have a lot of fun. Oh, and also, if you've got any projects that you've done, show me. Send me a little photograph and I'll put them on the website, on my website and my blog, so we can inspire other people. So thank you very much indeed. I'll say bye for now. Can I put my head under here? Bye. God, I bet that was a horrible picture, that, wasn't it? Scared the children. So bye for now, and thank you very, very much. And I shall see you in the next video.